So the point of this video is to show off the special promo card that will be given out to anyone that buys a ticket to the Portal's Age of Apocalypse event. Now, Brandt has a great video where he kind of goes over the event, kind of what things you can expect, and there's a website that you can go in and you can buy the tickets, both of which are going to be linked down below. But some of the things I wanted to discuss were what's great about this card. First, it kind of gets rid of that awkwardness of having a hero-specific ally who's also playing. That tends to happen when you have a higher player count sometimes. Especially, we've noticed that in the Mutant Genesis wave, as well as with the X-Force wave, and I assume we're probably going to see some of that as well with this next Age of Apocalypse wave. But to go back to the shield agent, it's also low cost, right? It has a cost of 2, which means you could pretty much get it out at any time, which is great because he can he can ping some damage off, but then he can block for you then as well. So he's a really great ally. But one of the things that I think is going to be great about him, or whatever, the shield agent, is that it's a random resource, so it's going to be great for missions in Age of Apocalypse. I know that we're going to be seeing a lot more of that. There was a video where they live streamed it, Fantasy Flight did, and we kind of got to see how that worked. And when you have a random resource like that, anything works, and you want as much of your allies to be able to activate while they're on missions. So it just makes it much easier. Now, that's me talking about the card, and if you kind of want to see how this ally plays, stick around. I've got a playthrough where Deadpool, with the assistance of the shield agent, and Cable are taking on Zola. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. For Deadpool, I've got Deadpool's Katana, Armed to the Teeth. This card is Fire, Surprise Attack, Skilled Strike, and Chimichanga Truck. And then for Nathan Summers, I have Endurance, Telekinetic, Force Field, Triskeleton Strength, Psionic Kicker, and Angel. I have Deadpool going up first. So what I'm going to do is, so the first thing I want to do here is I want to get the Chimichanga Truck out. So I'm going to use Arm of the Teeth, and this card is Fire, to get the truck out. And this basically allows me to exhaust the truck to ready after I have healed, made a basic recovery. Then I'm going to flip over as Deadpool, and I'm going to use Skilled Strike and Surprise Attack for his Katana. I will exhaust this Katana to hit the Bio Servant as well and deal 2 damage. So that's 1 damage to me, to him, and then Deadpool's going to attack him for 2 and get rid of him. And that is Deadpool's turn. For Nathan Summers, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through my deck and find Techno Virus Purge. Jeez, you learn to read. Put 5 on that one. Now, Cable's the only one that's able to remove threat on that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Strength to play Angel. This is going to allow... I'm able to do that because I'm a mutant. So that works out. Let's ready everything up. So I'm going to take the Telekinetic, Force Field, and Psionic Kicker to get the Triskeleton out, as well as Endurance. So I get to go up to 15 health now. Then I will flip over. We'll have Angel attack for 2. To get rid of the tough. And then Cable is going to go ahead and he is going to scheme on Techno Virus Purge. I don't know why I can't read that for some reason. And then I know I should have probably started off with this, but because I'm playing with a special card instead of Cable, I have nothing here on Hydra Prison. Honestly, I could just leave that there and it not be a and face no consequences. That doesn't go there. Woo. All right, let's get. Let me draw my cards now. All right, this card is fire, meta knowledge, hand cannon, shield agent, and it ain't over. So, as I was mentioning about the Hydra prison, I have shield agent here. It's a special promo card for the portal event for Age of Apocalypse. Basically, it says during deck building, you may include this ally in your deck in place of any identity-specific ally. So, Zola, I'm going to get this. And this is going to go up to 2. Then Zola is going to attack Deadpool for 1. For 3. Deadpool's now at 5. Then Zola is going to attack Cable for 1. Give the villain a tough status card. And another 1. So Cable's going to take 2 damage. Then they both get their encounter cards. Mind Ray. So he's going to attack Deadpool, and Deadpool is stunned. Where's stun? All right. And he's going to attack Deadpool for 1. All right. And then Cable is going to get Mind Ray as well. So he's also stunned. And he's going to attack for 1, 2. Alright, now we're going to move this over here to Cable. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, so I'm going to use energy to play for team training. I guess Angel can attack for 2. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'll scheme 2 off of here, and then I'll use this to get rid of my stunned. It's probably not the best move, but I do want to get rid of that techno virus plurge. Alright. So that is Cable's turn. For Deadpool, I'm going to use this card as fire to play It Ain't Over on the island of Dr. Zola. Then I'm going to use Metal Knowledge and Hand Cannon to get the shield agent out. That's the whole point of this game, right? So Deadpool will attack for 2 to get rid of this. Then he is going to exhaust the katana, takes A damage, and he gets rid of the tough. Actually takes another damage as well. And then Zola will take 2. 1, 2. And then I'll have the shield agent attack for 2 to get rid of this Bioservant. So this is going to go up by another 2. Zola is then going to attack. Let's ready everything. Zola is now going to attack Cable. I'm going to have Angel take it, I guess. So he's going to hit for 1, 3. Angel's gone. He's going to attack Deadpool, and I'm going to have Shield Agent take it. That's 3. Shield Agent's now gone. And then we're going to get our encounter cards. Crossfire, Quick Strike. So he's going to hit for 2. And it says when he attacks, he attacks the friendly character with the fewest remaining hit points. This attack gains overkill and ranged. Alright, so I had a question on Crossfire. Which is, it says you will attack, he attacks the friendly character with the least remaining hit points. If you go into the rule reference from last year, it says friendly. Friendly is a blanket term that refers to cards the players control. Now, because it's the players control, I'm just going to assume it's kind of contained here. But if you disagree with me, please let me know in the comments. I'm at least giving you my train of thought for it. So, Crossfire is going to attack Cable for 2. There we go. All right, and then Deadpool's turn. He gets neurological implants. I attach to a minion with the most remaining hit points without another copy of neurological implants attached. If I cannot, this card gains surge. That minion gains +2 hit points. That is going to go on to Crossfire. I'm just going to make him even nastier. All right, with that, now this will go over here. Skilled Strike and Yoo-Hoo to play Deadpool's Katana. Then I am going to I'll hold off and I'll pay for Fluid Motion for X-Gene after I do all of the ridiculousness that I'm about to do. I mean, I guess Deadpool can attack for 2 on him. Then exhaust these 2 to deal another 4. Gets rid of Crossfire. But Deadpool then has to flip over to Wade Wilson. This goes up to 2. I forget about that part. And now I go down to 1 health. And then I'll spend this to get X-Gene. Now I can't use this because I didn't make a basic recovery, but I can do it next time. That's kind of the thought process behind it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to use it. Hopefully I don't get attacked twice, I guess. All right, now we're going to go over to Cable here. I'm going to use Genius to play for Plasma Rifle. Let's use Cable to thwart this. So this is gone. Do I have a victory display? Yeah, there's my victory display. All right, cool. So that readies Cable. You know, I never do this. So I'm going to use the Temporal Leap to play Lock and Loaded, which will then put 4 threat here. Shoot, maybe I should have played Mind Scan instead of Plasma Rifle. And then I will thwart for 3 off of that one. Maybe I do that instead. Yeah, I'm gonna do Mind Scan. So I'll use Mind Scan, which will get rid of all of this, and I'll still have 1 on here. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Because I don't think Plasma Rifle is going to do anything for me unless I have more schemes there. So, all right, draw my cards. I'm going to start with Cable. Not that it really matters. So this is going to go up by another 2. This will happen here. So what this says, it says after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 test counter here. Then if there are 3 or more test counters here, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion in play, engage with the first player, and remove 3 test counters here. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of the test counters. And hey. Wow, you know what? I think I messed up building this deck, which is fine, I guess. But I think I have 2 different encounter decks in here, Sentinel and Crossfire's crew. So this will be fun. Zola is going to scheme on Wade, so that's 4. If target for an elimination is attached to the identity, deal this card. Nope, that's just 4. So it's 14. All right, and then Zola is going to attack Cable for 3. We're going to get these cards. Out for blood. Deal 1 damage to the friendly character with the fewest remaining hit points. I don't like that. Because I'm pretty sure, based off my earlier ruling, that means that Deadpool's supposed to be dead. I don't care. We're going to keep going. I didn't realize that Deadpool was so easy to kill. 2. Place 1 test counter on the main scheme, and for each test counter on the main scheme, he gets +1 attack. And for all right, so 1. So he's going to scheme for 3. Okay. This now goes to Cable. Alright, I'm going to use this to put the Gray Malkin out. And then I will use this to put out Plasma Rifle. Is perfect. That's great. I guess I'll have Cable get rid of this one. He gets to ready. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. And then he'll take off all but one of these. Then he will, let's go ahead and have him attack the Sentinel Mark 5 for 2. Awesome. Then I will have Wade heal for 8. Then he gets to ready. Then he will flip down here. So, oh, identity specific event. I don't have any of those. I guess I can do this to get out the helicarrier, because that's going to help out later. Maybe I do this instead. Yeah. Then I'll play Exhausting Personality, and then I'll bump this up to 2. And then I'll exhaust the helicarrier and melee to play Warrior Skill. Alright, and now he is stunned and confused. And since I've done that, maybe I should have Cable. I'll have Cable flip down. Yeah, that's smart. And then Deadpool will attack twice to get rid of this guy. You know what? I'm going to have Deadpool go ahead and remove the last thread off of this one. So this is going to go up by 4. It pops in 2, so that means it will pop. Oh, no, it won't, because of that. Haha! I feel good. So anyone that has questions, currently It Ain't Over is out on the main scheme. It increases the target threat value attached scheme by 2 for each activation token on it. So because there is 2 activation tokens on there, it actually pops at 16 instead of 12. So just in case anyone had any questions on that. Zola will scheme against Nathan. Nothing happens. He will try to attack Deadpool. Nothing happens. So then Nathan gets this one, which is caught off guard. He has to discard an upgrade or support he controls. Let's go with team training, I guess. And then Deadpool gets Berserk Mutate, who has Quick Strike and deals 2 damage to him immediately. I think I'll use a Quick Strike to play for Endurance, which will give him +3 health. Deadpool will attack for 3 and get rid of the Mutate. Then Deadpool will attack with both of his katanas. 1, 2. Yeah, I guess it'd be better not to use these. So he's at 8. And then I will play Maximum Effort. Maximum Effort. Which will deal 8 damage to Deadpool. So that's a 0 there. 1. So that pops at 18. And then I deal 8 damage to this guy. Cable is then going to heal for 4. Exhaust the truck and ready. Flip to Cable. So you take out the guards. It's 8. I don't know if I like that one. Mind Scan will only give me 5. Plus the 3. Well, it works. Yep, so we'll do that. It won't give me any bonus other than I can just deal 3 extra damage, I guess. I'm trying to figure out if I want to play Professor X or Mind Scan. Let's go with Mind Scan. Alright, so that means that I thwart this one for 5. Maybe I should do it off of this one. That seems smarter. And then maybe Cable will remove 3 off of this one as well. Alright, then I guess I can put this out. And then I'll exhaust the Gray Malkin to play Plasma Rifle. That's ranged, right? That's range. What? So nothing happens to Cable, and he deals 2 damage to Zola. Now things are about to go off the rails. If I can only make it alive, then I'll be golden, I guess. Alright, so Zola will scheme for 5. And then he is going to scheme against Wade. Oh, I totally forgot. Alright, so the Mutate is going to scheme for 1. Zola will scheme for 2 and 3. So is that 4? Alright. And then Zola will attack Cable for 1. Place 1 test counter on the main scheme. And then they get cards. Card gain surge. Card gain surge. Attach the minion with the most remaining hit points. They get +2 and health, and they gain retaliate 1. And then this guy gets tough. All right, and then we're gonna move this over to Cable. I guess now would be a good time to play these to put out Mind Scan, which will remove 3 threat from a scheme, plus the 2, so that's 5. And then Cable can then thwart this one, and it says each player may discard 1 non-elite minion from play. So he's non-elite, and he's non-elite. I don't think I've ever had a turn like that where I've used that card. I keep having to do the math on that. Make sure I'm not going to mess it up. So it's 6. So at 18 it pops, and we're at 16. You know what? What I should have done before that, I should have used the Gray Malkin and Phanomax to get out Uncanny X-Force. Then I get rid of that scheme, it readies, and then I can exhaust it, and I can ready him to play Plasma Rifle and deal 3 damage to Zola. And then Cable can remove another 3 threat here. Alright, now let's go to Deadpool, where shenanigans are going to begin. So Deadpool will exhaust to heal himself, exhaust that to ready, so he goes up to 9. I will use Montage and Helicopter. Actually, I think I just need Montage to play Symbiote Suit, which will give him up to 19 health. I can use Helicopter and Avengers Mansion to put out Moira McTaggart. I will flip to Deadpool and use Moira to draw a card. It's genius. Well, I'm going to play Maximum Effort, which will knock me down to 6. I'll go down to 6 health to knock Zola down to 0. And then it says search the encounter deck and discard pile for test subject, side scheme, and reveal it. Everybody's getting extra encounter cards now. Alright, so then this goes up to... Oh, wow. I think I messed that up. Oh, well. So I'm going to go back to 28. Deadpool will take 4 damage to deal 4 damage.
Not a great plan.
He's got all but 1 health left to deal 2, 4, 7 health or damage. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. So he does 8. So now he's at 20 health. This is going to be so nasty. So what is going to happen here is I'm going to end up getting 3 encounter cards. 1 because you get an encounter card after the villain attacks, period. But then I'm going to get 1 because of test subjects and another because of symbiote suit. But also both characters just decked out.
When it rains, it pours.
So this is going to be fun. The villain is going to scheme for 5. We're at 13. That means this pops. Each player searches the encounter and discard pile for a minion and reveals it. This then goes into Deadpool's thing. We're just going to go with the Bioservants. So yeah, he's going to attack Cable for 2, 3, 4. So Cable has 4 health left. Now he's going to attack Deadpool for 2, 3, 4. Deadpool is now gone. Well, actually, just right here, right? Discard a card from your... when you would be defeated, instead, set your head to 1, change to alter ego form, and place an acceleration on the... Okay, so I'm not exhausted. So now we have 4 acceleration tokens on there. Yikes. Alright. And then he's going to scheme for 1. Okay. Then Zola. Oh, I get his card, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. All right. So these cards. So he'll get this, and then Zola is going to stun an attack Cable for 2, 3, and choose an exhausted character you control. That's gonna hurt. All right, and then we got these, which say villain schemes, mark 1, and give to Nathan. Oh man. Target for elimination attached to your identity. He attacks you. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard for a target for elimination. And he's gonna scheme for 2, 3, and discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an ally. And I just discarded Shield Agent. So we're gonna put another 3 on here. And now I have to find targeted for elimination. All right. That's a lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna flip this over here. Wade Wilson's gonna heal, exhaust, and heal. So that means he's gonna go up to 17. So nothing has guard. So I think I can actually finish this. Wade Wilson's ability is discard a card from your hand, search your deck for a Deadpool event, and add it to your hand. So I'm going to discard Yoo-Hoo, see if I can find maximum effort. There, I found maximum effort. I'm still exhausted though. Okay. I believe I can flip over. When I do, I get to draw a card. And when I do that, I'm going to use Hand Cannon for a surprise attack and deal 4 damage to Zola. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then take 8 damage. Then I'm going to play maximum effort.
Here we go. Here we go.
I think I actually get to heal for 9, but whatever. We're just with 8. So I'm going to play maximum effort where I get to deal 16 damage to Zola, which means that's game, I believe. Wow. Yeah, I think that's game. But just check, make sure that there's nothing else I can do over here. I could probably play... Well, yeah, I guess I can play all of these to get out Nick Fury. Nick Fury could then deal 4 damage to the enemy, and then do another 2. And I can exhaust the Green Malkin to deal 2. So I still lose because earlier in the game, but Now, there were a lot of issues with this, and I want to highlight some of them now. First thing I did, I think most of my issues stem more from things that would hurt me than that would actually help me. One of those things was the villain started with 28 health in the first stage when he should have started with 26. I created an encounter deck completely incorrectly. I had both Sentinels as well as Crossfire's crew. Crossfire's crew, not a very... they're very good about getting rid of Deadpool. So, maybe I should have taken that one out if I'm trying to highlight the Shield Agent card. Also, there was an issue with the term friendly. My biggest issue with how I played it was I wasn't consistent. I'm a DM. I'm completely down for, hey, whatever we need to do to continue playing through. We can look up the rules later. And I know that doesn't necessarily work when I'm creating content here, but I think this was my 3rd or 4th playthrough. And I think this is also the only one where I had the Shield Agent. So I just wanted to make sure I had something on the books kind of. and that's not good for new players. So the one thing I did want to talk about was, again, I was inconsistent with the term friendly, right? When Cable had it, he took the damage, but then when Deadpool had it and he would have been put at the end of the game, I gave it back to Cable. So again, wasn't consistent there. Also, one of the things I did wrong, and this one doesn't really, this would have helped me out, I think. It wouldn't have, but it's not game breaking. But I got rid of the side scheme, or the player side scheme, locked and loaded, and I didn't add it into my weapon upgrades, or I didn't add any weapon upgrades to either character. I think Wade at that time already had both katanas, but Cable could have at least gotten his plasma rifle out, which would have saved me more. I should have paid attention to the camera. One of the things that kind of bothered me, especially while I was editing this, was that I wasn't able to show my hand. One thing I'd like to start doing is not only showing what cards I draw, but also whenever I need to read a card or I'm trying to show off a card, have a close up to it. But I couldn't do that towards the end because I had no idea what cards were actually in my hand. So if I can't tell what cards I had in my hand, I know you can't. So that kind of bugged me, and I'm sure it bugged a lot of other people. Another thing was at the end of the game, Zola's mutate came out. I didn't give him any attachments on top of him. I don't know if that would have been a huge. The only thing I can think of is maybe if he had one that gave him extra scheme, because he schemed almost immediately. But then that next play around, I was able to get take out the guards or something, where I get to take out two, or each player gets to take out a non-elite minion. So I don't know how much that one would have impacted the game. And then the last one that I caught was the fact that at the end of it, Cable got hit by Mine Ray, so he should have been stunned. And I guess I was stunned, or I placed the counter somewhere else. So after, it doesn't really impact anything, because at that point, Deadpool had already beaten him. But again, it's something that I try to be as honest with myself as possible. So hopefully, if you're newer, you were able to catch some of those issues. But hey, thank you for sticking around this long. And if you like this content, you'd like to see more, please either share, comment, or like the video. Right? It tells me that, yeah, no, this is stuff that you guys would like to see more of. But till next time, thank you.